Hello, my loves. It's Monica, and today I'm so excited because we're going to be talking about the 2025 game releases that I am the most excited for. There are just so many amazing sounding cozy games coming out next year. And honestly, it's such a big year next year for Nintendo. Like, obviously, there is the Nintendo Switch too, but then you also have the new theme park finally opening at Universal, I think like around the same time. So I'm just very excited for all of the cozy game happenings for next year. In this video, I'm going to be talking about all of the cozy games that I'm excited for. So a lot of them are on the Nintendo Switch or will be on the Nintendo Switch, but some are also just on Steam or other platforms, but I'll make sure to let you guys know. Without any further ado, let's jump on in and discuss some upcoming cozy games that I just cannot wait to get my hands on. The first game on my list is Wonderstop, and this comes out March 11th to Steam. And this tea shop management game very much gives me Legends and Lattes vibe, if you've ever read that cozy fantasy book. In this game, you play as Alta, a fallen soldier who now manages a cozy tea shop in a magical forest where you grow and harvest ingredients, brew them together, and tend to the travelers who pass through the shop. But the issue is that Alta does not want to run a tea shop. She's a warrior, and she sees this as a momentary lapse in her career before she can go off to become a warrior again. I'm honestly most interested in the narrative of this one. My suspicion is that we're going to watch Alta as she falls in love with the tea shop, but who knows where the story might take us, and I'm really excited to find out. Next is the game that's probably on pretty much everyone's most anticipated 2025 lists, and that is Tales of the Shire, and this one comes out on March 25th to pretty much every platform. You've got Xbox, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. But also, can I admit something? Like, we need to listen and not judge for a second, but I've never been super into Lord of the Rings. I appreciate it, I respect it, I understand the importance of it, but I think for me especially, and maybe it's because I first was introduced to the stories when I was really young, and anything that had a lot of action in it just kind of gave me a lot of anxiety. So I always just like never wanted to leave the Shire, and like as soon as they all started leaving the Shire and going and doing like adventurous, stressful things, I was like, I'm out. Which is funny because I read a lot of fantasy and they have so much action and quests in them, but I don't know what it is. I think it's because the Shire is also just so wonderful that I was like, why would we go anywhere else? Anyways, with that being said, I'm so excited for this game because the game takes place in the Shire. This is literally a cozy Hobbit sim game, and I'm so excited for that. In this game, you get to create your own hobbit as you set forth in Bywater, which you'll be hoping to flourish into its own official village in Hobbiton. You could decorate your own hobbit hole, tend to your garden, fish at the clear ponds, forage wild fruit and herbs, trade with townsfolk, and prepare homemade meals to share with fellow hobbits and to build relationships. I'm just so intrigued for what this game is going to be about. It sounds delightful. I've always just wanted a story that is purely in the Shire and just like living that cozy hobbit life. I feel like that is the ultimate dream. That's basically all I want to be in life, is a hobbit. So I'm really intrigued for this one. And I've heard that there are going to be like some familiar faces in the game too. So I'm intrigued to see who that means. Like, is it just going to be Gandalf? Is anyone else going to show up? I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. Getting into the games that don't have specific release dates, but just have listed that they will be out at some point in 2025. Hopefully that's true for all of these. And the first one is Loftia, and this one will be coming to Steam and the Nintendo Switch. So Loftia is a new cozy MMO, which I will be totally honest, I played Palia, which is another like cozy MMO, and I didn't love it. Like, I played it for a couple of weeks and I just really struggled to stay connected to the game, but I'm really hopeful for this one because I really do love the idea of a cozy MMO, which is a massive multiplayer online game, by the way, in case you needed that defined. And usually MMOs are much more action heavy, combat heavy, and I just love the idea of getting to have like like a little online community of cozy gamers in a cozy game. So I'm really hoping that this is the one. Loftia draws inspiration from beloved cozy games like Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing, along with classic MMOs. They've crafted a new solar punk world where you can build your own home and work together with others towards a brighter and more sustainable future. You'll work with other gamers to complete quests like scavenging in deserted factories and solving puzzles, and by working together you'll be able to contribute to community projects that make the world of Loftia better, all while uncovering hidden stories and new islands. And I think the thing that I mean, obviously a lot of it sounds really cool to me, but I also just really appreciate the focus on sustainability and the environment, and especially on like community and how important community and local community is to protecting the environment. I think, you know, probably along with a lot of you, I have a lot of fears going into next year and, you know, the progress that we have made in terms of climate. But I think that it's just really important that we all really look to and invest our time in our local communities and our state governments. And I'm excited that stories and games like this are being created that also are like furthering that message. A lot of states and local communities are doing amazing work in the fight for our climate and our planet. So this is just my little moment to remind you all to just be active in your communities, and especially in this new year, I think that is going to be like the most important thing that we can all be doing, is just participating in our local communities and our local governments. Okay, off of my soapbox, next game is Afterlove EP. I think this was actually on my list last year, but it does have an actual like early 2025 release date. So I'm hopeful that we'll actually get it this year. And it's coming to a lot of platforms. So it has it listed for Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch. So love that. But this is a new slice of life adventure from the creators of Coffee Talk, which I know is a very beloved game. And I liked Coffee Talk and I love this sort of style of game, so I'm really excited for it. You'll step into the shoes of Rama, a young musician struggling to move on with life after the death of their girlfriend Sinta. It's set in modern day Jakarta and delves into themes of love, loss, and finding yourself. The game blends a visual novel, narrative adventure, and rhythm elements, and it genuinely just looks like the perfect rainy day cozy gaming pick. Then coming in early 2025 to Steam is Merchants of Rosewall. This fantasy game looks like part shopkeeper simulator and part mystery. You're basically a new arrival to the town or city of Rosewall, which is again like a fantasy town, and you're opening up your own shop. You'll create recipes for thousands of items, work with dozens of skilled artisans, and unlock a world of raw materials and ingredients. And as you delve further into the game, you'll learn more about the history of Rosewall, uncovering lost secrets of the past to protect the town's future. I'm super intrigued by the mystery element and just the gameplay in general, as it does look very like text heavy, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I feel like if the story is good, I'm in. Then we have Vampire Rancher, and this is coming to Steam, and the developer said that he's also hoping to bring it to the Switch, so fingers crossed that happens, because I love the sound of this game. I don't know about you, but I love cozy games that are a little bit macabre, a little bit spooky. It's why I love games like Cult of the Lamb or Graveyard Keeper, and this very much seems to be within that kind of genre. So basically, by day, you're a rancher, managing time and resources to help restore your sleepy town to its former glory. You'll oversee shops and saloons, farm crops, and explore ancient vampiric ruins in the Wild West. But by night, you'll use your vampiric abilities to also farm the human visitors to your little town. Anyways, this just looks really fun and silly. I love pixel art type games, and I love the little like vampire twist to this. I think it'll be a perfect October play for next year, which is crazy to even think about October 2025. I feel like we only just left October 2024, but there you are. The next game on my list is Ritual of Raven, and this is coming to Steam and the Nintendo Switch. And I'll be honest, there are a lot of like farming sim type games that I have seen on a lot of lists that I just refuse to include on this list, because I don't know about you guys, I'm just like over like the same game, it seems, just like with a different skin on it, like the same mechanics, the same little mini games, like everyone's just trying to recreate Harvest Moon or Stardew. I just can't bring myself to be excited for them. But when I see someone doing something truly original within that genre, it makes me really excited. And this game sounds like it's doing something really fun and interesting. First of all, I love the art style of this game. I feel like it has a really unique style to it that we don't see a lot. Second of all, the thing that really I think sets this game apart is the narrative. So basically, this game is set in a world where different traditions of magic all coexist side by side. Ambitious plans were made to open portals between worlds, but the ritual went terribly wrong. Those involved each lost something most precious to them, and the portals became unstable, randomly spitting out new arrivals into the world. After falling through one of these mysterious portals yourself, you encounter the local witch Sage, who enlists you as her apprentice, where you'll help her in her own quest to search for her missing familiar. And with your own familiar by your side, you'll gather the knowledge and ingredients to perform powerful rituals. You'll fill your book of shadows and find the portal keepers to bring stability to the portals that have been causing trouble in this world. So yeah, I just love it because it has such a rich fantasy narrative to it. Honestly, if someone turned that into a novel, I would read that. And I don't always feel that way when it comes to the stories or narratives in games. Sometimes it kind of just feels like they're there to just like progress you along. But this one, like, I genuinely want to see the outcome. I'm excited to see what the story is going to unfold as. I also know that like the mechanics of the farming and stuff is a bit different. I believe that you're actually enchanting creatures to farm for you. So I think that's quite fun too. So hopefully it's good, fingers crossed. All right, we're in the final stretch. I've got 3 games left. The next game I want to talk about is Ages of Cataria, and this is coming to Steam and the Nintendo Switch. This is another one that initially I was not going to put on this list when I first saw the video because I was like, I just don't understand what's like new and interesting about this one. And then I dug a little deeper and I am so fascinated by this game. So in this game, you'll build and customize your own village, expanding your town and watching over generations of villagers. And generations is real because unlike most other Sims of this nature, the characters aren't frozen at their age. You'll watch your character go from childhood to old age, learning new skills as they go. And yes, after 7 weeks of real world time, your character will pass on. And what I think is really beautiful is that the ancestors of your new villagers will still be able to pass on gifts and knowledge to the current villagers of your town. They also have an online component where you'll be able to trade and play with others online. It just sounds like a really unique take on the whole farming and village sim genre. So very intrigued for that, especially the whole like passing on element. Like at first I was like, oh, that's kind of grim, but then I was like, actually that's really interesting. And I do believe that like as the year goes on, they also like the seasons will change and everything. So very intrigued by that. Next looks like a pretty simple game, but one that I'm still very excited for, and that is Tiny Bookshop. This will be coming to Steam. And in this one, you kind of just get to live out your dream of running a little tiny bookshop. You get to decorate it and customize it to your heart's content. And then you'll be going around your town and helping your local community find the perfect book for themselves. And this is also to help the town itself grow and flourish. And it just sounds really cute and lovely. Again, another sort of like rainy afternoon game that doesn't sound like there's a lot going on to it, but like that's kind of the selling point. Very much very cozy vibes in my opinion. And then lastly, we have Tales of Seikyu, which is coming to the Nintendo Switch and Steam. And in this adventure RPG, you'll use the power of yokai to care for your homestead and explore the world of Seikyu, which hopefully I am pronouncing right. In this game, you and your sister arrive in Seikyu on an island full of yokai residents. You'll move into a once-thriving farmhouse that's been passed down through your Fox clan ancestors. You'll build up your homestead, help expand the town, and uncover the secrets of this island and your long-lost family. You'll even be able to use your Fox clan heritage to shapeshift into magical yokai forms to take care of your homestead and explore the world, unlocking more forms as you advance through your journey. And this one, again, I love the art style of it. I love how like it very much feels like a very Japanese inspired world, and I am also just like excited about the incorporation of the yokai mythology because I just love that lore. So very intrigued for this one, very intrigued for all of these games. I would love to hear from you all. What are you most excited for 2025 when it comes to cozy games? Are you excited for the new Nintendo Switch? or whatever it ends up getting called? Are you excited for the new park at Universal? I'm very excited for both. I've been keeping up with all the rumors. Like, I know there's rumors for a new Mario Kart game, which would be really fun. But just in general, I don't know, I think next year is going to be a really good one for cozy gamers. So I'm excited to see what everyone has in store, not just Nintendo, but that's obviously my first love, if you will. Let me know what you're excited for gaming wise in the comments down below, and I will talk to y'all next time. Bye!